This conference will now be recorded.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the first meeting of the new year. I have a lot of new faces. I'd like to just go around and acknowledge and congratulate our new elected officials. We have Dee, who was newly elected, Alicia Price, who was appointed, Lamont, newly elected. We have Spencer Roberts, newly elected. We have Lyle Lemaire, newly elected, Sean Mariluch, newly elected, and I believe that's everybody. Did I miss anybody? I'd like to congratulate all of you and welcome you to the seats that you serve, and hopefully it's rewarding and fulfilling for you guys. So all times on this agenda are approximate. Considerations of items may require more or less time than is scheduled. Items on the agenda may be taken out of order. The public body may combine two or more agenda items for consideration, and the public body may remove an item from the agenda or delay discussion relating to an item on the agenda at any time. Public comment is designated for discussion only. The public has the opportunity to address the commission on any matter not appearing on the agenda. However, no action may be taken on any matter raised until the matter itself has been specifically included on the agenda as an item upon which action may be taken. Additionally, public comment may be heard on any item listed on the agenda. Persons are invited to submit comments in writing and or attend and make comments on any agenda item at the Lander County Commissioners Board meeting. All public comment may be limited to 3 minutes per person at the discretion of the commission. Please note that the public body may interrupt the open meeting and exclude the public for the purpose of having an attorney-client discussion of potential and existing litigation, and this is pursuant to NRS 241-0153B2. I'll call this meeting to order. And Lamont, would you lead us in the pledge this morning? Yep.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll have a moment of silence. Lander County Commissioners may break for lunch from 12 p.m. to 1:15 p.m. Any agenda item may be taken out of order, may be combined for consideration by the public body, and items may be pulled or removed from the agenda at any time. We'll move into commissioners' reports on meetings, conferences, and seminars attended. Mike, we'll start with you.
I don't have nothing to report.
Okay. Lamont?
Nothing yet.
Okay. Alicia?
Nothing to report.
Okay. Dee?
Nothing. Everything was quiet for December.
Okay. We'll move into staff reports on meetings, conferences, and seminars attended.
Good morning, Commissioner. I think, do we want to swear everybody in?
Is that something we need to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to jump to,
It's not on the agenda.
no? Okay.
And then one quick reminder that everybody's financial disclosures are due by the 15th. To be sure and put them in so you don't pay fines on that. Anybody newly elected, I think, as well. So, and then this coming Thursday, all offices will be closed for the remembrance of our past president, Carter. So anybody who has any business going on in the county, do it before Thursday.
Yeah, make sure the newly elected, there's two forms. There's your financial disclosure and your contribution expense. Both forms have to be filled and filed before the 15th, I believe it is, of January. All right, well, I'll turn it over to Mr. Shirley, our judge.
Welcome everyone out to the swearing in.
Yeah.
It's a neat formal opportunity. I'm going to ask you, raise your right hand.
Because it's closest to your heart.
You have any other answers? Raising your hand comes from ancient times. They were swearing to God. And so they would raise their hand and swear their allegiance to God. And offer to follow their duties and everything. And we continue that tradition. And it's not to God anymore, it's to people. But you're promising your heart, and to do your best. Can I have all the all the new electeds can stand for me.
Up here too?
Yep. All right, you'll just repeat after me, and then you'll come up and sign your oath, and if you want to take it, take it, and take the picture in the courthouse. So repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States. And the Constitution and government of the State of Nevada. Against all enemies. With a domestic foreign. And that I will bear true faith. Allegiance and loyalty. And faithfully perform all the duties. Of the office of. City Rock. On which I'm about to enter. So help me God, or under the pain and penalty of perjury. Sure.
I'll do that. Got that? Yep. Thank you. Congratulations. DM? I'll do that.
Oh, you'll do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sean?
What's that? I'll do that. Oh, you do that? Congratulations. Lyle? Congratulations. Spencer? Thanks, sir. Congratulations. Come here.
You're on one left.
Somebody else is standing by me.
Oh, okay, there's one underneath there. I'm sorry. I've seen you before, though.
Everything.
Thank you.
All right, Galen.
Prayer. Okay.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
None of us actually helped.
Okay, so we'll move into public comment for non-agenda items only. Is there any public comment?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Tina Marie Bijou. I'm just here to give you guys an update on what I do.
Okay.
I have been working with the Lander County Drug Court since 2005. And there's been a lot of discussion recently on, am I loud enough?
No, I'm having a hard time hearing you, but I'm hard of hearing too, so.
Yeah. I have hearing aids in both ears, so sometimes I don't know how loud I am. I'm sorry. Anyway, I have lived in this community since 1988, and I just want to make things clear. There seems to be a lot of discussion on whether or not substance abuse counseling is available, and I want you to know there is. I am nationally certified as an addiction counselor. I have a master's degree in mental health counseling with a minor in substance abuse studies. I am a licensed alcohol drug counselor. I'm also a supervisor, so if anybody else wants to be that, I can supervise them into it. I'm also a certified problem gambling counselor, supervisor. I'm really excited right now that I'm in the process of finishing up my internship in order to do co-occurring disorders. And I don't know how familiar you are with substance abuse, but very rarely is substance abuse the problem. It's usually anxiety or PTSD or depression or many other things that go along with that. And I just have to test. I finished all my internship hours. It's a two-year internship. I have a unique opportunity in living in the community where the Sheriff's Department has been very gracious in allowing me to go in and do evaluations. I have worked with the courts here for, like I said, 20 years, providing assessments. My turnaround is usually 2 to 3 days. So they can get, depending on holidays and weird things. I work weekends mostly, so I can see clients on the weekends, so I don't interfere with their work schedules. And I just kind of wanted to update you. It's been a while since I've let everybody know what I do, and I tend to stay behind the scenes because it's nobody's business who my clients are, type of a thing. But I thought I'd take this opportunity to say hi.
Well, hello.
Hi.
And thank you for your public comment. Is there any more public comment? Okay, we'll move on to our consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered routine and may be acted upon by the Board of County Commissioners with one action, without extensive discussion. Any member of the board or any citizen may request that an item be taken from the consent agenda, discussed and acted upon separately during this meeting. Consent agenda materials are available at the Lander County Clerk's Office for viewing, and copies are available for a nominal charge. 1, approval of January 6th, 2025 agenda notice. 2, approval of November 14th, 2024 meeting minutes. 3, approval of December 12th, 2024 meeting minutes. 4, approval of payroll change requests. So I think we only got meeting minutes for the 14th, so we'll need a motion on 1, 2, and 4.
A motion to approve the January 6th, the November 14th, and the payroll changes.
Okay, so we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll move into 1.1 for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the payment of bills. We need to pull check 226298. And Mike, did you have any checks?
Nope.
Okay. And then we also need to pull number 211093. So I'll hear a motion on the remainder.
I'll make a motion.
No, just to approve the remainder of the
I'll
bills.
make a motion to approve the remainder of the.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the remainder. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Motion to approve bills 226-298, 211-093.
let's take one at a time, Mike.
Oh,
Yeah.
a motion to approve bill 226-298.
Okay, so there's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and I'll abstain. That's me to my client. And then
Motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve 211093.
Second.
And there's a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I abstain as it's made out to me.
All right, so we'll move into 1.2 for discussion and possible action to elect a chair and vice chair of the Lander County Board of Commissioners for the 2025 calendar year pursuant to NRS 244.070. So do we have any motions?
A motion to, for Brian Sparks to remain the chair of the Lander County Commission.
Okay, I would accept that. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. And then, as far as vice chair, Lamont, would you like to serve as that?
At this time, I would love to be able to contribute to that. Maybe right now, maybe not be the best time for a vice chair for me, until I get a little more experience. I'm all for helping out. So, if no other member of the board wants to,
Okay, that's fine. Is
go
anybody
for
else?
that, or
I'll take it.
Okay, so D? Okay, so,
Motion to approve D as the Lander County Vice Chair.
okay, so we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So we'll move into 1.3 for discussion and possible action to appoint a Lander County Commissioner to the following various 2025 advisory boards. And you guys should have a copy of current boards and who serves on them. Bill, should we just take these one line at a time? I know I ask you this every year.
Or can we just list off which ones we want?
So basically, I'll just read in. So I'll just read it in fully and then we'll go back and address like number one, number two. Okay.
that'll work.
So we're going to take up A, category 1. Line 1 is Lander County Board of Equalization. 2 is Lander County Convention and Tourism Authority. 3 is Lander County Debt Commission. 4 is Lander County Planning Commission. 5 is Lander County Regional Transportation Commission. So on 1, we have, see, the Board of Equalization, as I serve on that, and I'll continue to serve on that, if that's fine with everybody. Okay. Number 2, Lander County Convention and Tourism Authority, I think D sits on that, and I'm an alternate to her.
Yep.
So D, are you fine?
Yes.
Continuing with that. Okay. Number 3 is Lander County Debt Commission. I serve on that. And I'll continue, if that's okay with everybody.
Yep.
Okay. Number 4, Lander County Planning Commission. So there's no commissioner designated for this board. D, are you serving on that?
I just listen in.
Okay.
It's because you guys appoint liaison.
And who was our appointed?
Is this the one we appoint?
No, it's just,
Oh, no, we pulled.
So we don't appoint commissioners to that one?
mm-mm.
I don't think any commissioners assigned to that board, or it hasn't been for the last several years, so. Okay,
So do we not need commissioner representation on
No.
that planning commission?
correct, Bill?
Correct.
Okay.
part of, I think the theory behind it was that the separation of powers, since they're a separate board and then afterwards you're supposed to review it, the feeling was that you shouldn't have the review done by somebody who actually did the vote on the original.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. Okay. So then we'll move into 5, Lander County Regional Transportation Commission, which I sat on that, and then we need 2 other commissioners. Or 1 other commissioner. Dee was the alternate. Would you like to move to the primary on that one, Dee, or is there anybody else that'd like to move to primary on that one?
If Dee doesn't want that, I can.
I'll let you have that
Unless-
because it's held here in Battle Mountain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we'll put Lamont as that, and Dee, do you still want to stay as the
I'll stay on as
alternate?
the alternate.
Okay.
Did we ever
Alicia,
actually even have a
Were you
meeting?
interested in that one?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, I can participate in that one.
Okay. So Bill, we should just go through and just keep doing what we're doing, and then at the end make a motion, or should we make a motion to approve? Okay,
Either way is fine.
okay. Okay. So we'll continue with B, category 2 is Lander County Advisory Board to Manage Wildlife. And we have, so no commissioners have been designated to this board. So no commissioners designated to this board either, Bill?
Which board?
Oh, sorry, Board to Manage Wildlife.
Well, no, yeah, you can't have.
Okay.
What they do.
Okay, so,
Can't just,
okay. And then any commissioner that wants to attend is more than welcome to attend, right? Right.
So as a non-member,
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so then we'll move into C, category 3, 1 Austin Airport Advisory Board. And I think, Dee, do you serve on that one?
Yes.
Would you like to continue to
Yes.
serve? Okay, so we'll keep Dee there. Let's see. And then we had, do we need an alternate on that?
On which one? On
No,
Austin
for
Airport?
Yeah, I just see there's an alternate vacant, but is that not for a commissioner's seat, right?
No, that's for
Okay.
standing member.
So 2, Battle Mountain Livestock Event Center Advisory Board. We have,
I do want to do that one, Brian. When are their meetings, do we know?
let me see here.
That's an advisory board again. I don't know.
So nobody, because I have it listed here as, we had JR on there.
if they don't vote, it'd be fine. I mean, if you want to
Yeah,
have
it just
somebody
shows
there,
as non-voting members.
that's fine.
In the past, we've always had a commissioner appointed to it, but going off of legal, so if that's, I mean, you guys,
Okay. So is it best not to do anything with that one, Bill?
Up to you whether you want to have somebody there, like you say, as a liaison, but again, they shouldn't be voting.
Yes, non-voting member, yeah. So is that something you'd like to sit in on, Alicia?
Sure.
Okay. Sickly, I mean, you can sit in and you can still report to the commission, you just, there won't be
Do
voting.
we know when their meetings are?
Uh,
Say it again? Study, thank you.
Okay, so number 3 is the local emergency planning commission. We had our late Kathy Ancho, she was served on it, and Mike was our alternate. Is there anybody that'd like to serve on that?
What
I
is
can, I can serve on that one if,
It's basically just that, the local emergency planning commission. You get together, you have exercises, and different things like that. So we'll make,
You're also going to be the point, whoever does that will be the point person when there really is an emergency. The sheriff
problem.
is the lead person, but a bunch of us will be involved.
okay. So Lamont will fill that. And then, Mike, we had you as an alternate.
I can remain the alternate.
Would you like to continue to be the alternate? 4, Lander County Public Lands Use Advisory Commission. So we had JR, again, this was, they're non-voting members. We had JR assigned to that, and Mike was an alternate. Is there anybody that'd like to sit on that?
What are we on now? Sorry, are we still on?
And again, is this one that we wouldn't necessarily have to, right, Bill? They're just non-voting, right?
Yeah.
In the past, JR did the water and the planning. That way he could report to the planning commission about what was going on with this Central Nevada water.
So is there anybody that'd like to sit on that? Public lands.
I don't know much about that.
I don't know, but I'd give it a shot.
Want to try it? Okay, so I'm on. And then Mike, we had you as an alternate.
I can remain alternate if
Okay.
anyone wants it.
Anybody else want to serve as the alternate? Okay, Mike, we'll keep you. So then we'll move into D, Lander County Conservation District. And we have Wayne was appointed by the commission. So let me see here. So nothing that we need to do there. 2, Lander County Hospital District. We have Mike that currently serves on it. Alicia has expressed some interest in sitting on that board as well.
I do have an interest.
So you guys want to hash it out? What do you want to do there?
Well, I mean, I just think that we have a great hospital. I've had some experiences there with both my parents in there, children. Actually gave birth to one of them there. So I just think that it's something I'd really love to do and have a passion for. So I really like to be involved in the community, and that's just something I just think I really enjoy. So I'd like to do it.
I've been on the board for both terms. I feel I'm actively engaged. I want to remain on it. I
We
have
have
a
two
passion for the
positions.
community as well.
You have the alternate. And the alternate can attend also.
I don't know. Let me see.
I don't think there's never been one, but is there?
JR was there.
Lander County, hold on a second.
So when you have an alternate, is the main and the alternate vote, or just the main?
They're both, it says,
listed as voting.
they're both listed as voting,
Yeah.
so how does that work?
This is a separate authority that has some separate powers, so, and it's not just reviewable by this board. What it does can concern other counties in the state because the Humboldt River goes through various counties.
So I guess the first question is, we have a primary and then an alternate, but it shows them as both voting members. Is that correct?
Yeah,
They can both vote?
I believe.
Jason's shaking his head no out there.
I don't think that's right. I didn't say, isn't the alternate is that.
The alternate votes if the primary one isn't there. If they're voting in that sense, I'm sorry, I figured
But
everybody
it'd be
knew.
only if the primary didn't show up, then the alternate, of course, would have
Correct,
the voting
just
power,
like
so they can't both
your-
show.
Your
Right.
chairman, the vice chairman would take over only if you're not here or for whatever reason can't do it.
They can both attend the meetings, but only one can vote.
They only have
Correct.
5 voting members. That's what they're limited to.
Okay, so we have that. We have Mike, been the
Can
existing.
I ask a question?
Yes.
So what if, let's say, one of their members doesn't show up to that meeting, and Mike and I both show up? No.
I think you both are just one vote.
Okay, so we have 2 people that would like to serve on the board. So do we, if we can't come to a consensus, do we have to call for a vote on it? Is that how we would appoint it?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
just like anything else, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, just in the spirit of Alicia wanting to do it and
I
getting
really do, I
some,
have a passion for it, so.
getting some experience under her belt,
And I think Mike's doing a great job, I just really want to do it, so.
I would make a motion to put Alicia there. So again, it's up for vote. So is there a second to that motion? Okay, so the motion dies.
There we go.
So does somebody else have a motion? We have to vote on it, guys.
Oh, we have to vote on
If we
it?
can't come to.
All right, I vote that we leave Mike as the hospital person and Alicia as the alternate.
Okay, so we have a motion.
What's that?
Is that your motion?
Yeah,
Okay.
I motion, I'm sorry, not vote.
Okay.
Motion,
Okay,
excuse
so
me.
we have a motion. Is there a second? Okay, motion dies.
So nobody goes on the board?
Mike and Alicia, you can second
I was
things.
gonna
Oh,
say, you guys.
I'll
can make-
second. Please.
Okay, so we have Dee's motion, Mike seconded the motion, so we'll.
So I could have seconded on mine. Okay, I'm going back to vote. I'm doing mine.
Okay, we have a
That's
motion,
because
we have a
I'm
motion.
passionate about it. I'm sorry.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been motioned and seconded. I'm gonna call for a vote. All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Which motion are we voting on?
Yours.
Mine, okay.
So all in favor of that motion, say aye.
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 Okay. Nay, say nay. Nay.
Nay,
Okay. So then,
I have to abstain, don't I, from this vote because Alicia being a family member?
I don't
so, because
believe
there's
you
no
have
financial
to,
benefit.
and I
Okay.
think it would create a problem if we start down that road.
I wondered about that.
Okay, that's something if I need to
If she's
disclose it,
getting money,
you know, because it's very rare that we're gonna be doing this
if
lateral
she's getting
voting.
money or something, tangible, that's different. But when we're dealing with just positions,
Okay,
okay?
okay, sounds good.
And I think, my experience, because I've had a little bit of with this, getting in that rat hole, is always just defer to legal, and then you're what they call safe harbor.
Sure.
So then they can't come after you ethically because you're leaning on your legal. So
Sure,
as long as legal approves that, you're always in safe harbor.
okay.
Apart from that, the rest of the state needs to learn that the rules are different because we actually do have so many people crowded together. And it isn't just this county. In Eureka County, it was that way. And in Esmeralda County, everybody's related to everybody. And you can't even get things done if you don't have a relative allowed on some of the stuff, particularly like in Esmeralda where you don't even have 2,000 people, I don't think.
So, Mike, what is your attendance rate? How many of the board
I
meetings do
think I
you
missed 2 meetings.
You've missed two?
Jason, 2, 3?
okay, so the motion, is died. So we're gonna go back to the motion that we had with Alicia. And, so I made the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
I don't care. Aye.
Make sure you guys have.
I can vote too?
Yeah.
Oh, aye then, okay.
Okay, so we have two.
I think you got,
Is there any more ayes?
didn't I hear D?
Yeah, I don't care. I
So
get
you said
somebody on the
aye?
board. Yeah.
Okay, so nay, say nay.
Nay.
Okay, so it's, motion passes and Alicia will be serving as the appointee to that. So then it goes to our alternate. So Mike, would you like to do the alternate?
Sure.
Okay, so we'll keep Mike as the alternate. Okay, and then we'll move to 3. Lander County Safety Committee. And that we have Mike Chop serves on that. Mike, is that something you want to do? Is
I can remain on that one.
you want to stay on that one? Chop. Okay, then we'll move to Central Nevada Regional Water Authority. And I believe JR said on that.
How does that
That's why
tie
we
in,
combined.
with the other one?
That's when we tied in with the other one.
Yeah, I can sit on that.
And then it also lists D, but not as an alternate. Was it a 2-person board? Or was D as an alternate?
I was an alternate.
It just doesn't state it on here.
No, because when JR left, it moved me up.
Yes.
County has 3 positions. One plus one alternate. They may, but not required to be.
Okay. 3 positions, so two voting, 1 alternate. So then you were a voting member on it. Would you like to keep that or is there somebody else that'd like to sit on that?
If
So,
somebody else would like to take it, I would be, but if not, I will.
I mean, I can do it.
okay, so we have,
I'm
Now, does that have to
on
be commissioners on this?
yes.
Okay, okay.
So we have Lamont and we have Alicia.
And
And
if
then
we,
D, would you like to serve as the
I'll stay
alternate?
on as the alternate.
Okay.
And these are
Thank you, Jerry, for
quarterly,
that.
and have you done those Zoom before?
Yeah, they Zoom them and then
Or person?
I've Zoomed one and I've been in one
Okay,
in presence and they'll,
they're all pretty close. So.
yeah, they're in Fallon.
Okay, so then 5, Department of Energy Board of Representatives. I sit on that, and then D was an alternate. I can stay. I don't think that's been pretty inactive, that
I was
board.
gonna say, we haven't done anything.
Yeah. So
there it is. Okay, it's cool to see it.
So then we'll move to the Humboldt River Basin Water Authority, and it was JR that sat on that. Well, actually, again, this is 2 commissioners, JR and her late Kathy, and she'll sit on that. And Mike Neff was our alternate. So Lamont, you want to sit on that one as well?
Yeah, I'll take that one.
So Lamont there, and then which one? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Alicia, do you want to serve
Yeah, I'll
as?
do that one.
Okay, and then we'll keep Alicia on that.
That way you got all that tied together,
Okay.
all the water stuff.
Then we have 7 is the State Land Use Planning Advisory Committee. JR served on that. So who would like to serve on that one?
Oh, yeah, we can do that one.
You want to do that one, Lamont?
Yeah, is it just one commissioner? Is there any,
Yeah, just one commissioner.
yeah, I'll go ahead and take that one.
Okay, so we got Lamont. We have 8 for Nevada Association of Counties, and I think D sat on that one.
Right. Have you paid the membership this year, Bert?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, I'll stick with NACO.
Okay, so we'll keep D there. Is there anybody that'd like to serve as an alternate to that?
I'll do an alternate.
Okay, Alicia's an alternate.
They do some really interesting stuff.
Then we have 9, which is Nevada Works formerly joined. We had JR as the appointed commissioner, and our late Kathy Ancho was our alternate. So anybody that'd like to serve on that?
What does Nevada Works do?
Good question.
Bert, what's Nevada Works do? Do you know? Nevada Works, what do they do?
It's
No.
joined, it used to be jobs,
Okay.
job opportunities
In
in
Nevada.
Nevada.
And do we know how often they meet?
I have no
I'll do
idea.
that one.
They used to meet monthly, but I don't think they do anymore. Joy Brandt was on that forever.
Okay, so we should ask to be put on. Is there anybody else that would like to? Okay. Does anybody want to be the alternate?
I'll do the alternate.
Okay, D. And then 10 is Pool Pack, and I currently serve on that, and I can continue to serve on it unless somebody else would like to do it. They typically have 1 or 2 meetings a year in Reno, so. Everybody fine with me staying on it? Okay. I'll stay on that one. Okay,
Anyone else here ever done that?
what's that?
The pool pack, has anyone else here ever done that?
I think Patsy used to do it, yeah, I don't know.
Then
All right.
they do. Are they doing that one conference this year again, Bert?
Pool Pack?
Pool Pack, yeah. Yeah. Essie, and that's a good thing to attend. Last year I had too many other things going. I didn't get to go. This year I plan on going.
When is that? Do you know, Bert? Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so we have those all through, so if I can have a motion to accept the changes noted for item 1.3.
I motion that we accept all of the candidates and the changes for item 1.3.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we'll move into 1.4. This is information only. This is an update from our EMS director, Mike Harris. Morning, Mike.
Good morning, Commission. Thank you for having me today. We are a little under a month away from a year operating under the county, so I would like to give you guys a quick update. I'm just reading off the same thing that you guys have. So I'll just touch on a couple things. This year, we only had 1 full-time employee resign. That job will be posted here today. And I'm fairly confident it'll be filled within 2 weeks. Going down, we'll touch on our call volume. We had 1,067 calls to service this year. If you look up there in 22 and 23, we're just steady climbing every year. Austin has had more calls this year as well. They had a total call volume of 160. 46 of those were transported by one of the Southern ambulances, and 114 calls resulted in no transport down in the south. down here here in the north, we had 907 calls to service. 299 of those went to Battle Mountain General. 63 of those were taken by us as ground transfers, and then 96 of those were flown out of Battle Mountain, and a portion of those were not interfacility transfers by flight. They were scene calls, which we bypassed Battle Mountain General. And then right under that, a number that I think is pretty important that kind of caught me by surprise when I started doing the digging. We had 125 instances this year where our primary unit was encumbered and we needed a secondary unit to come in. So that's a number that we're going to start keeping our eye on and make sure that we are doing things to mitigate any delays in response in that aspect. I did add kind of what the surrounding agencies are doing compared to us. Obviously, Humboldt's about 2,000 ahead of us right now. Everyone else is pretty below. Pershing, right, broke 500. Carlin's about 500. And you don't have Eureka's numbers because I got that a little late, but they did 485 last year. So we're kind of right in the middle of everyone around us. A little bit on the bad news side, Rescue 5 actually was involved in a collision on State Route 376. So we did lose that ambulance for the foreseeable future. It's being tore down right now, and we're just right in the middle of the insurance. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I wouldn't be surprised if they total it, but hopefully our new ambulance is set to be here about mid-26, and we're doing some things to mitigate that ambulance shortage right now.
Mikey, what did it hit?
The biggest cow I've ever seen.
How fast are they going?
Speed limit. So
that's going to do some damage.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunate, right? 2 a.m, we're responding to calls. Yeah, we like to avoid it as much as we can, but at the same time, the nature of the job is the nature of the job. So the big thing is nobody was hurt, and we can live with it. I know I got the call pretty early in the morning. Took myself a little drive down to Kingston, so it was everything is okay.
Where do
That's
you
what
have it
matters.
getting repaired at?
Say that again.
Where's it getting repaired at?
There's a place in Winnemucca that's doing the tear down for the body side and the mechanical side at the same time.
You don't know the name of that?
Yeah, Medina.
Medina, okay.
Yep. Let's see. So a little technology and equipment update. Our monitors are about 6 years old. I think we'll be lucky to get 10 years out of them. So we've been working with Holly to replace both our monitors and our pumps that are kind of at the end of life. And those monitors are a big ticket item. So we're going to do everything we can to grant that out before we have to come in front of this commission and ask for a big chunk of money for those. So a little financial overview. We'll start with the grants you received. NGM was very generous with us this year. Our vendor for our video laryngoscopy equipment essentially overnight came out and pulled their product off the market. So we had to go vend from GlideScope, and NGM funded half of that with a grant. So we're very thankful for them. We're actually working with the Nevada School of Medicine right now. They reached out to us and they are handing out grants for education reimbursement. We don't have a price tag on that yet. We should know here pretty quick how much they're willing to reimburse, but it sounds like we can fund most of our education from last year, get it reimbursed. And then Nevada Works was mentioned earlier today. We ran into them at the health fair, and they actually gave us a flyer and said when we're ready to send somebody to paramedic school, which is about a $20,000 cost, they can also help fund that. We did acquire the Vector Solutions training program. That for EMS alone was $23,000. Pool Pack covered the entirety of that cost. So when we go down to these billing numbers, we didn't start billing until mid-February, and then the December numbers were not ready in time for this commission meeting. So about 9.5 months, we sent out a total of $607,090.72, average of about $64,000 a month. We won't collect the entirety of that. Obviously, we will get hit on Medicaid, Medicare, self-pays that don't pay, stuff like that. And honestly, we don't know exactly what we are going to collect because the insurance companies, it's been a fight. They've been depositing the money into the wrong account. So our billing company right now is fighting to get all that money back. So their thought is that we're going to get a big chunk at one time, and then it'll be a steady stream after that. A little bit of what we're doing with the public. We started our Facebook page. Please go on there. There's some good stuff. My guys are super happy to be engaged with the public in that fashion. Our pilot EMT class starts next month. We have 26 students slated for that. And we are launching Stop the Bleed and Hands Only CPR, which will be free public education classes that we're going to do. Kingston, Austin, and Battle Mountain. Yeah. A couple things we're doing next year is we have our TCCC class. That's a major focus in like active shooter events and acts of terrorists. We have 10 from my department going and then 10 from the sheriff's office going, do a little bit of a combined training. We did enter the IROC system, so we'll be eligible to obtain federal contracts. And then we are hoping to expand the education program and put continuous EMT, AEMT, and other classes on to generate some revenue and create some depth in the community. That was a lot. Do you guys have any questions?
Thanks, Mike. Any questions for Mike?
Oh, I got
would
one
like to
question.
add to it,
Oh, go ahead.
if you guys don't mind. Mikey kind of breezed over it and he doesn't want to give himself any credit here, but this service has been fully staffed for a whole year with zero turnover, and that's directly from the leadership that's over there. Eureka County Sheriff called me and said, hey, I want to come over and present to the Lander County Commission because your guys' crew saved a life for sure over here. I've never seen anything like it. These guys are excellent. I forwarded that email on to you guys from Air Med where a gentleman had been shot here in town and the air ambulance crew said, without your guys' paramedics, this person doesn't live. And that's the local gentleman here that will be here serving our community for years to come. And I think that's priceless. I know that these services cost a little bit of money, but when you see somebody in the store, you shake their hand and ask them how they've been, and you can look directly at Mikey and his team for the services they provide to keep that person here. You can't put a price tag on that. So, as humble as Mikey is about this, he's done a killer job, and it's solely him. We aren't jumping on board and helping him. I know that he's had a lot of struggles because we don't know what we're doing in a lot of these areas of billing and everything else, but he's taken it in stride and just killed it for us. So thank you, Mike. It's a huge service to our community. Thank you.
Thank you. No, I appreciate this commission, this administration, the sheriff's office, everybody around us that has pitched in and made this a success, man. This has been, it's something we should all be proud of, right? It doesn't happen without everybody in this room. So thank you very much.
Okay. So with that,
I got one quick question up, and I'd like to disclose before I give a discussion here that me and Michael Harris are family members. These next few items we'll be talking back and forth. Just want to disclose neither one of us will be benefiting personally or financially, but I will not be abstaining from discussions or voting. First thing I wanted to ask Michael was, I know the transition from an EMT to a paramedic, and I know paramedics are always trying to get more and more of them. Is there any that are kind of maybe ready to take that next step, or kind of are we waiting for the ones coming out of the EMT class? Or?
So there's 3 steps. There's EMT, advanced EMT, and
Advanced,
paramedic.
okay.
Yeah, so we have basically all our EMTs right now. One of them is an advanced and one of them is getting ready to test into their advanced. And I think, yeah, they're pretty close to being able to pull the trigger and make the jump to paramedic.
Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic.
We have one paramedic now?
We have 3 full-time paramedics and 2 full-time EMTs right now. And then when this job gets filled, we'll be back up to full staff. So.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Good. Any questions for Michael from the audience? Okay, great. We'll move into 1.5 for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the emergency medical services, EMS policies and procedures. So, commission have any questions on the policies and procedures? Mike, anything you'd like to say on it?
So these were just strictly geared towards EMS, some of the stuff that the county didn't have already established. And the big ones is like our HIPAA compliance, narcotic tracking, just the things that are going to keep us state and federally compliant.
Okay. All right. If there's no discussion on it, does the audience have any questions for Michael on this? Okay, I'll hear a motion.
I'll make a motion to
1.5.
Pass 1.5. EMS policies and procedures.
Okay.
I'll second it.
So we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, awesome. We'll move into 1.6 for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the affiliation agreement between Lander County and the Lander County Emergency Medical Services and Board of Regents of the Nevada System of Higher Education on behalf of Great Basin College for GBC students to obtain clinical training and experiences with the Lander County EMS at no cost to Lander County. All right, Mikey, it's all yours.
So Great Basin College reached out to us and wanted to have their paramedics come do their clinical rotations under our paramedics so they could precept them and learn and kind of develop that foundation. It doesn't cost us anything, and I think, you know, the more we can help out them getting more paramedics out, the more it helps the whole region, Northern Nevada EMS be sustainable and having you know, good high quality paramedics.
The commission have any questions? Okay, audience have any questions?
Curious, does that carry any liability to the county?
So this has been ran through our legal team and their legal team. I think our legal team can probably answer it a little bit better than me. I'm just a lowly paramedic, but it does not seem like it does. They carry their own insurance and they do all their own stuff, so.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I'll hear a motion.
I motion that we accept 1.6 for discussion of possible, or to approve the affiliation agreement between Lander County and Lander County EMS and the Board of Regents and the Nevada System of Higher Education on behalf of Great Basin for GBC students to obtain clinical training and experience with Lander County EMS at no cost to Lander County.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commission.
Thank you.
So we'll move into 1.7. This is information only, is an update from the Public Works Director, Don Prince. Morning, Don.
Morning, Commissioner. Got a couple things here. Continuing to work on well 6 over there. They're in sandblasting in that tank and getting it ready to coat, and then after that they'll do the floor after that.
Well 6 is the
Well
one
6 over here in town, the one that we put the treatment plant in. Honeywell went through and helped fix a bunch of leaks and change out a bunch of fire hydrants and stuff that were hit by cars and tore up, and a couple of sinkholes in town, a couple found broken bands and stuff. They helped us out there. And then I got questions the other day by Jarius, what they was doing on Main Street, and what they're doing is we put a new backflow in and getting ready to run a new water line for all the irrigation coming in the future for up there. And other than that, that's it on that end. I'm lost words here. Sorry. Safe route, safe stop for the winter. They'll resume again here in a couple months when it warms up. Other than that, I turned in my letter of resignation. 31st of this month is my last day.
Oh, no.
Are you
You're too
retired?
young to
I'm
retire.
retired.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Don.
Scary move.
Yeah.
Good job, Don.
That's it.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Don.
So I've been doing good asking questions. Like the next person.
Do you have any questions?
I did have.
Oh, Don?
Yes.
She had some questions. I'll have you put back, since you're officially here until the 31st.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna wait till you get back there and then I'm gonna call you back.
Where are we at on the booster pump in Austin, the one that's failing up there at the
I
junction?
was going to get with Marty on that. I haven't talked to him yet, but it's in the budget to replace that up there and actually move it from where it's at across the street.
Right over there on that property.
That way it's not hanging up
Right.
anymore.
I can't believe nobody's ever hit it.
I know. Me too. If I lived there, it wouldn't be a deal. So
Do we have any plans to fix the road up over the top between Kingston and Big Creek? It's pretty well washed out in one spot, and you kind of have to side hill and climb through the brush to
I'm
get
sure
that
they'll hit it
fixed.
again in the springtime whenever they can get the snow melts again. So
Because it's been like 3 years.
they got it this at the end of the fall this year. They finally got caught up, and then it's going to be a mess again.
So, yeah. Lots of complaints about
Yeah.
that, because that's a high recreation
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, I know it's been like 2 years, and they've been trying to get caught up after all these storms, and they finally got it, and then the storms come in again. So
Okay.
just Mother Nature.
It is a poor surface road, so.
Yeah.
we can't
Yes,
get
but
too
Lander
many
County
cars.
has a policy, all roads in Lander County belong to Lander County, and And
Yeah,
that's,
but our policy doesn't trump the federal Forest Service, so we can do some, but we can't modify it too far. Like, we can just go in and try to maintain it, make it passable, but to go in and actually maintain a Forest Service road, we don't have that authority.
It might be a lot easier.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Basically, we just go in and blade it and smooth it up the best we can, so.
yeah, because it's been pretty well washed out. It's to the point where it's an ATV road, not a four-wheel drive.
Okay, now hold on one second. Any other questions for, does the audience have any questions for, okay. Thank you, Don.
Yep.
Okay, we'll move to 1.8, information only, update from BLM Library Specialist Rebecca Lake. Morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Commission. How are you?
Good.
Good. All right, I have a lot of numbers to throw at you guys. We have 692 library card holders between Battle Mountain and Austin Library. We have over 10,493 physical records within both libraries. We have over 200 audiobooks and ebooks through our Overdrive Libby app. And we have right around 5,000 magazines that are digital as well and accessible to the community. The Battle Mountain Library is open. We had our grand opening on the 30th. We had 93 people that attended that. It was very well received by the community. But we did do like a soft opening for the community on the 16th to start helping people. Within the 2 weeks that we were open in December, we had 517 patrons come through the door.
Wow.
Nice.
Our summer reading theme this year is Reading Colors Our World. So we're planning and getting things ready for that for the kids so they have things to do this summer. We also have an adult workshop coming up here January 30th, and we are looking to do one in Austin as well. That would be our first one in Austin. And I'm also looking to attend 2 conferences this year, the American Library Association conference and the Association for Rural and Small Libraries. So that's what I have going on.
Great. Any questions for Rebecca?
It just looks wonderful, and she's got a great eye.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Does the audience have any questions for our library specialist? All right, well, thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
So 1.9, for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the appointment of one individual to serve on the Lander County General Improvement District Number 1 TV Board, seat C, for the remaining term from January 6, 2025 through December 31st, 2026. There will be 2 vacancies on this board after this appointment. And we have Ronald Pacheco, who has expressed an interest in serving on this board. So is there any questions about putting Ron on this board? If not, I'll hear a motion.
I'll make a motion to pass 1.9 to approve Ronald Pacheco for the Lander County General Improvement District.
Okay.
1 TV Board.
All righty, so we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Who's that?
I'll second.
Okay, Lamont. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. We'll move to 1.10. For discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the reappointment of one individual to serve on the Lander County Board of Equalization for the term, for the term from July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2028, and that applicant is Kim Burley Buffington. So if there's no questions, I'll hear a motion.
Motion to approve the appointment for an individual to serve on the Lander County Equalization for the term of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2028. And I nominate a motion for Kim Buffington to be the candidate.
Okay, so we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll move to 1.11 for discussion and possible action to approve, disapprove the reappointment of one individual to serve on the Lander County Conservation District for the term from January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2026. We currently have Wayne. His term is expiring. He's expressing an interest to continue that. Are there any questions for Wayne? We have Wayne here if there are any questions. If not, I'll hear a motion.
Motion to reappoint one individual to serve on the Lander County Conservation District for the term of January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2026. Nominee is Wayne, or the returning candidate would be Wayne Nebecar.
Okay, so we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, there you are, Wayne. Thanks for all your help.
Yes,
Appreciate you
thank you,
continuing.
Wayne.
Okay, so moving to 1.12 for discussion on possible action to approve, disapprove the appointment of one individual to serve on the Lander County Public Lands Use Advisory Planning Commission for a term of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2026, and that applicant is Daniel L. Slane. Are there any questions? If not, I'll hear a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the appointment of one individual to serve on the Lander County Public Lands Use Advisory Planning Commission for the term July 1st, 2024 through June 30, 2026, Daniel L. Slane.
Okay, so we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. We'll move to item 2.1 for discussion and possible action to give direction to the departments on how the board would like to proceed with the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget submissions and any new projects the board would like to include in the budget workshop. All right, guys, so this is where we give staff direction on how we'd like to kind of, where we'd like to go on the budget. So have anybody have any questions?
I would still like to see the breakdown of all the grants that Lander County has received and what the dates on all of those were.
Okay.
So that we have an idea of where we are on those.
I know last budget cycle, I think it was Mike Chop and myself both had concerns on the grants that we do issue here locally as far as making sure that they follow what is intended, right? And that at some point that we try to make them self-sufficient on standing their own, so it's not just a repeat handout every single time. So keeping to that, I just want to make sure we keep everybody's attention freshly on that we're still geared in that direction.
I'd like to, I've been in those in different entities that I've been for nonprofits, but can you send me what you send out to them that says what we require of them? Because I know I've set into some of those, and there's a few things we probably could add there to ask them so that, you know, to get a little more information from them.
Yeah, I can send you the grant packet, and the guidelines are in the grant packet that they receive.
Yes.
So it's just a matter of you guys holding them accountable to that when they submit, because I just put it in front of you guys how they submit it. I don't turn anything away, and then I leave it up to you guys.
When do they have to have those in?
I haven't set the date yet, but usually it's like the third week of February.
Okay. So we could change some of that language in there if there was something we wanted to add in.
Mhm. And I do believe we have to come back before you guys after we meet with the Kingston Town Board on what percentage of the grants are going to go to the community beautification projects. We have not met up yet with them, so we're going to try to discuss that with them before we just locked it in on them.
Yeah, the
So
next
that'll
time.
be an item that'll be coming back before you guys in a meeting, so we can add anything you'd like to add to that grant packet at that time too.
And then also, are there any other projects that the board would like to see that we include in the budget workshop? I'd like to point out as well, just there was a lot of concern last year with people requesting the budget, but I'd like to make sure everybody understands that there's a lot of funds that are allocated, budgeted for, that are never used. So just because we have it there doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be used for what it's there, but it is, we're kind of putting money allocated. It was kind of safe haven because we've committed, like, this is, we want to use it for that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to use it for that. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that in case you're ever questioned from anybody on the public how that works.
Is there anything that you guys want to see more itemized? I know that there's sometimes some of the grants don't break down all of their expenses, and then I know district court in the past we've asked to have them itemize their asks. So do you guys want to see more of that? Or?
Well, I would think to stay in harmony with our conditions, we'd need to see the itemization, would we not?
Yeah, but sometimes they don't provide it.
Well, it's staying true to our policies that we've laid out. It's like, if that's one of the stipulations for the grant, then absolutely we need to see that.
Like, and when do you get district courts?
Same as everybody else. Yeah. They're not a grant. They're like a normal budget, but we
But they
just
have
pay
to
them
go
a
up to-
quarterly amount.
They do the same guidelines, right? They have to give us all their information on what they're spending it on and where, or no?
That's what she's talking about, the operating expenses.
Okay.
If you want
But
that
it'll be
broke
pretty
down,
clear where they're
itemized
spending
as
it?
operating.
The commission is we're ultimately responsible, correct? So it's like, I would say, this is my opinion, that of course we'd want to see that.
Okay.
And when we have an audit, is that department audited as well as part of our county audit or not?
Our funds that we give them is like audited, but it's not to the breakdown of, because we just send them a annual payment and then they use it how they have it broke down.
Okay, so, but what I'm saying is that when the auditors come in and they take a look at it, it's okay. Everything's okay,
Well,
correct?
they don't look into their budget. They only look into our budget. So they see the expenditure of us going out to them, but they don't actually audit how they're spending it. So they say, oh, you're spending it per our policy, and that's acceptable, but their policy may be separate, so they don't audit them on their.
Okay.
So they don't have.
So we give them the money, and then they're gonna spend it how they see fit to run their department. Is there anything in our policy that would stipulate, I mean, we don't really have that say, right?
We would have where they're coding it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they operate through their operating, through Lander, they have their operating lines. So what we give them annual is for their personnel. And that's not broke down. They say this is how much we need from you for the year for personnel. And that's what we give them.
Now they are audited on their end.
Right.
So we could always request their audit if we needed verification or if there were issues there.
Right. Are there any call for concerns or to where we?
I was just asking because in the past you guys had asked for their personnel breakdown for what we're paying them for. And we don't always get it.
Okay.
So do you want me to request that?
Yeah, so
Yes.
what's
I
the,
would, I mean,
Yes.
because we're
If
doing
everybody
40
else has to, yes.
We're doing 40, Persian's doing 40, and Menville does 20, correct for them? So I'd like to know where our 40 is going, to make sure it's going to,
Okay, I'll request that.
make sure we're getting our share back into our community.
Because last year that was an issue that we discussed when we were approving that.
Yeah, and we didn't have the breakdown.
No, and they pretty much informed us that because they're the justice court, they didn't have to give us that.
District court, you mean?
We have to pay the money.
That justice court, district court. The district court is a hybrid because, like you said, percentage, it covers several counties. Justice and the judges of each court are in charge of their own budgets, just like, individual elected officials are in charge of their budgets. So justice court, under the previous justice of the peace, took the position that she was completely independent of the county.
And so did the judge
And
in
there
Austin.
is some warrant for that in law, the Sparks Muni Court case from, I think, 2011, 2012, somewhere around there.
I heard that case thrown around a couple times on some previous, but I've never seen anything from it. There was supposed to be, I thought, a Supreme Court's decision or.
That is the Supreme Court decision.
Is the
It's in
Sparks?
Sparks Muni Court. I mean, I can get you the citation. I just don't have it at the tip of my tongue.
Okay.
So do you want the grant packet and guidelines put on the next agenda for review and modification? Is that what you were
Yes,
wanting?
please.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
You guys good with that?
Yeah, the sooner the better, I think, on that.
All right, is there anything else we'd like to see, direction, which way we go towards for the budget workshop?
Well, I know that we're doing like this grant for the beautification and we're going to be rolling money over. Can we have a list of where we've spent what we've already done? We have the 4.2 and I know Austin has gotten a few things and you guys have ordered like the statue and stuff for here. I'd like to see a breakdown of where we are and what we've done with it so far so that we can see.
Are you talking about the money that was in the LEDA fund, or are you talking about our project for the beautification?
Actually, because they ended up being tied together, both. Because we only had X amount of dollars in the LEDA fund, and then we ended up just people that came in after that money was gone, that we just did it off the beautification.
So you're just wanting to see what's been spent so far?
Right, yeah, because we're gonna be rolling that money over, and then we have an idea of how much money is gonna be left for next year's projects, or through June 30th, and we have to decide whether we're gonna roll it over, or if it's gonna end at the end of June 30th, and we need to get a better hand on that. And while we're on that, I think it'd be kind of cool if the money that we have granted people like Sarah and with the motel in Austin and the different people here in Battle Mountain that have received funding, if they could come in and give us a report on what they've actually accomplished and show us that these grant monies we gave them they really did use it and that they used it right, so that we can make the decision whether or not we want to roll more money for that. And
I think that's a good idea, and also be able to maybe see what a before and after picture looks like. Hey, this is before. Make sure the public sees that this money is being,
exactly.
there's something for it, you know, at the end, and they know where that, you know, what the final product looks like. So, you know, I think that's going to be huge. We need to communicate that and get that out, whether it's
because
the
there's
county
people that
website
are
or.
grumbling that we're wasting money. We need them to see that we really are accomplishing something, and it is doing what we hoped it would do.
You guys can put that stipulation in that they will come back and give a report with.
Okay.
And I think we should.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is all being ran through Shelby, so we
Right.
can relay the message. I can provide you guys like with the projects that the county's doing for the beautification stuff,
Right.
but the grant project is all being ran through.
Perfect.
Yeah, like I say, we can add that stipulation in there where there's a follow-up report back to this commission and the public.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's.
You guys have only there's only been like what, 4 or 5 of them? How many have you done?
One in Austin, and let me see, the trailer
Motel.
park and the windows and the motel.
More.
Yeah,
We did
Farmers
probably more.
Insurance more, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know she's in the progress of that.
Four total.
Yeah, 4 total, yeah.
Insurance too, the insurance agency, we did the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that way, you know, the public can see that we really are trying to do something to help and that we're not just summarily giving away money because we can.
Well, and there are, for those that do get the newsletter, there are pictures of before and after in there.
Okay.
But, for just one more level, we could have it back in a commission meeting, but it is in the newsletter. There have been pictures of before and after progress in the newsletter on, things that the county has done, providing funds for
Yeah.
the home cleanup and the.
Sure.
Like that,
And I
so.
think that might encourage more people to come and want to do improvements,
Yeah.
you know, when they see, you know, that there is a process, there's a beginning and an end, and then there's something that pays off with the money being provided, so.
And the accountability.
I mean, just some of, like, is this like the insurance and more, the curb appeal, that was awesome. I can't believe how much it changed that.
I'll have to drive by and look at it.
That looks awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's definitely money that's being spent that's helping out and definitely beautifying our town, so. Good. All right, so is there any other direction we'd like to give? Okay, I don't think we need a motion on that, do we, Bill?
On the budget?
Yeah.
No, but before you leave it, you asked about the Sparks case.
Yeah.
The citation is City of Sparks versus Sparks Municipal Court, 129 Nevada, 348, 302 Pacific 3rd, 1118. And that was 2013 was the year.
Okay, thanks, Bill. All right, so if there's nothing more on that, we'll move into 2.2 for discussion and possible action to set the dates for the budget workshop meetings.
So, your guys' is normal, we usually do it like the 3rd or 4th week of March. Spring break is the week of the 17th, so I don't know if that matters to you guys or not. I just wanted to point that out.
Well, so the week ending, so the 22nd and the 29th, those 2 weeks are out of the question for me. It's just, and I know, so it's just, I'm letting you guys know that right up in advance. So it's, if we can schedule around that.
To be gone for
Are you
2 weeks?
looking at March?
Well, no, just on those meeting dates, it's those weekends.
In March?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I have 2 things.
The
that I
week of
can't-
the 10th, we have the commission meeting on the 13th. I'm not sure if you guys want to include the budget hearing or maybe the second day of the budget hearing into the commission meeting on the 13th to save everybody from driving down here just to open and close a meeting potentially.
The only thing is that doesn't give us a lot of time to get the packet put together.
But that might be an option. I know
So
that
you're
the
saying on-
staff wouldn't be very happy with it.
So you're
but
saying on the
it is
13th,
possible.
we have a regular commission meeting and then we also just.
If we did it the 12th and then add the budget hearing to the 13th, so you could, you might have a couple items that you have to cover through the budget and then commence with the commission meeting or.
Yeah, I mean, we could potentially do that. I don't know how quick of a process it's going to be with new commissions.
Yeah, last
Could be
year it went
lots of
fast,
questions
but.
and,
Last year went fast. Brian wasn't here. It was beautiful.
I kid.
We didn't have anybody beating us
That's why
up
I'm letting you know, I'm gone those long weekends, so. So yeah, so are you guys good with the 12th, 13th?
I am.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lakin.
That's okay. I'm just gonna make them submit it sooner, so that's fine.
12th, 13th.
So we'll do the first day budget on the 12th.
So then we could, yeah, and so 13th we'll have a regular meeting, so maybe we could just schedule that accordingly.
We would incorporate the budget with that,
Yes.
and then any items that we have not completed, we'll just continue on the meeting with that, and then.
All right, good, so March 12th.
Yeah, because we had stuff that we had to carry over the last time because it was set at a certain time. I think it was for the courts and stuff.
Yep.
So.
And when did you say spring break was?
The week of the 17th.
And we won't have that on the 4th.
So the third week in March,
Is spring break, yeah.
right? Is spring break, okay. All right, so if there's no more on that, guys? We'll move to correspondence, reports, and future agenda items.
So we do have negotiations. They're going to be opening up this year. I'm not sure what the desires of the commission are, but, Liz is going to be in that, make sure that we, and Robert, all of us will be sitting down with the sheriff's associations and our own and working through that. I'm not sure if there's anything that you guys are specifically looking for or not willing to negotiate on. But we're ears if there's something that comes up that you guys hear or would like for us to put on an agenda.
Okay, and then,
I actually need you guys to back up. I don't believe we did a motion.
No, you haven't made a motion
For
for
the-
the dates.
No, we
For
didn't.
2.2?
Oh, no.
oh, so discussion of possible action. Okay, so, hold on, right here. Okay, yes. So we'll go back to, I'm sorry about that. 2.2, do we have a motion to accept the March 12th and 13th for budget hearing dates? I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, there you are. So back to correspondence reports and future agenda items.
Catch Liz.
How often do we negotiate those union contracts? Is it every 4 years?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. All right. Is there anything else on correspondence reports, future agenda items? And our next meeting, this will just be the
27th.
27th.
Might have been
No,
the ninth.
23rd?
The 23rd, yeah, 23rd.
Oh, I'm in March.
Yeah, that's what I was at first too. The 23rd, so.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, that doesn't,
Okay, if there's no more, we'll move on. To public comment for non-agenda items only. Is there public comment? Yes, sir.
For the record, I'm Wayne Nebaker with the Lander County Conservation District. And at our December meeting at the Conservation District, we approved to purchase a Ford New Holland tractor. And we tried to purchase that Ford New Holland tractor locally, and we was able to get one from Winnemucca. We also got a brush hog to go with it. We got a seeder to go with it, and a few other items. And we're going to advertise that on the county site as soon as we get it, so we can put it out for rental. And I think this is a huge benefit. It's going to be very affordable for the county. And we were able to purchase that with a grant funded by the BLM. And that grant started out as being a rangeland seeder. And the rangeland seeder was so specialized and so few people could use that rangeland seeder that we chose to go a different route. And I think we've done something real good for the county. And as soon as we get that available, we will put it in, and we will have training on it, so everybody knows the safety issues involved in running that tractor before they get it. And at one point in time, if that's not feasible, we may have to have somebody run that for, for certain individuals, to be safe. And the other thing is I was at the state meeting for the Conservation District for the state meetings, and we had some wonderful things come up. And one of the most wonderful things that came up was urban ag. And there's grants available through the Conservation District and urban ag to support a community greenhouse, support other things like this. And that tractor could fall right in line. And this is something with the Conservation District for the last 2 years that has been kind of a sense of frustration, is how do we get the community more involved? And we need to get the community more involved through urban ag. I mean, this is a wonderful program that should be available for everybody. It is available for everybody. We just have to find a way to get people to respond. And it's been difficult. The other thing that we come up with was that at the state meet, there is an outfit out of Fallon that is using drones to spray. Okay, and these drone sprayings is really, really quite a remarkable advantage of a person walking up a mountain with a 5 gallons of water in a sprayer or 10 gallons of water in a sprayer, walking up the hill and trying to spray in a certain area. Well, these drones can go up there and do it in a lot more efficiently, a lot timelier fashion, because they don't have to carry the water to dilute the spray. They just carry the spray. And so it's far more effective. And in some of our spraying project, this is going to revolutionize what we're doing and give us the ability to be far more efficient with the county's money and the state's money. The other thing that we're looking at here, and we passed that at our December meeting, was instead of just helping people in the community pay for spray for weed projects, we've also decided, made it clear that we are also going to assist them in purchasing seed to reseed these properties afterwards, because it really makes no sense as a conservation district to just spray something and kill it and not replenish the environment, because there's so much dust that if we give these people the ability to seed their ground that they sprayed, it could help the community and the whole environment in lots of different ways. And I would like to thank you much for my reappointment, and welcome to 2025.
I got some questions for you, Wayne, real quick.
You bet.
So like on the grant that you used to buy the equipment for the traction of the brush hog, what's the procedure that somebody would go by to actually being able to use that?
Go by the Conservation District or call Anna Vinogrova at the Conservation District, and she can set it up.
Okay. And then maybe that's something we can put in our newsletter, letting people know,
It's something
like,
that we can put in the
contact
newsletter, and we've been waiting for the time that we get all trained on it so we can show people how to use it. There's so many new safety switches on those, and all those safety switches are designed to protect you from you. And we're trying to make this to where we can be properly trained so we can properly train people and have a safe product to rent.
Yep. And then let me ask you, so basically the last item you spoke on was the private individual where you're helping with spraying, but then you're also talking about the seed. So is this something where you would just provide the seed?
No. You would go buy the seed wherever, and we would give you a certain percentage of reimbursement on that seed.
Got you, but they'd be responsible for seeding their own
They would
property.
be responsible for seeding. Right. But we also have the ability that they could rent the tractor and do
great.
that job.
All right, well, good work.
And
Any other questions?
What does one of those drones cost?
What does one of those drones cost? Have the capabilities of what they're doing, probably around $40,000. And they're hauling approximately 8 gallons of fluid. Okay, and they can go to the air for approximately 20 minutes.
And Wayne, that wouldn't be a piece of equipment that we would let just anybody from the public operate a drone like that. I would assume
we're not.
That would have to be someone from the Conservation
that's a
District who's
deal.
trained in.
We're not having a drone.
Sure.
That's just a spray outfit out of Fallon.
Okay.
And hopefully we can have them up here and put on a presentation of how they work at a Conservation District seminar.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Okay. Any other questions?
And Wayne, is the tractor do we already have possession of that, or does conservation already have possession of that?
We have it ordered and, through, Carter Ag, and Carter Ag was supposed to have made a delivery here the end of December, and I have not seen a confirmation on that delivery yet.
All right, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you,
Only
Wayne.
thing, Wayne, if we could get the cost and the process and all that, we'll advertise everything for you and put it out as far as we can as well to help you guys
We
get that
will,
word out.
we're working on that. We have to make sure that it goes on gets on the insurance and everything, and before we can come up with the cost, we have to have all those facts.
Gotcha.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay, is there any other public comment for non-agenda items only?
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
I'm Lenny Shepherd, and I just have a comment about 35 years ago, I've lived out at Hilltop quite a while, and we tried to get some fire protection out there 35 years ago. The county didn't have any money, and we had property dedicated to the county if they put a fire truck out there, just a pumper truck. You know, we don't want to be an ambulance and there's been, I don't know of a fire that they put a house out there. There's probably been 4 or 5 fires. And nothing against our fire department, but they're 10 minutes out before they can get there. And the most important time is probably the first 5 minutes with water on a structure, and then let the big boys show up with their trucks. We have no fire protection out there. Everybody's insurance would go down. And I got shut down on it about 3 times, but we got new faces. I'm just saying it's something to think about. Hilltop's been kicked to the gutter a long time. And we do have a fire hydrant about halfway down the road, but that doesn't do you any good. So all I'm saying, if they have extra pumper truck, that's all they need in a building. And the volunteers. And I think people would volunteer to be there, and we don't care who mans it, as long as they're trained and get water on it. And I don't know what the county can do, if they're interested or if they care.
I think, Lenny, I think everybody cares. I think one issue that we're also running to with, and maybe someone can correct me here, if I think we're short on volunteers just on the regular fire department. Am I mistaken, or are we fully staffed, or anybody know?
No, I can tell you.
Okay.
We got 20-some firemen. We are 25 is the max. So we're down some, but we are replacing them. So that answers.
Yeah, because I've heard conflicting, we were down a few people, we're still looking for, so.
We're looking for people to show up for fire.
Sure. Well, and another thing is probably some of those guys live a long way from the fire department here too. But nobody wants to compete with the fire department. All we want is a rural fire truck. And I mean, there's fire protection at some of these ranches in Antelope Valley. I think Filipinos have maybe Tamaras, they have a tanker and a, no?
We have 2 fire trucks out. We have one north of town at Monty Price's,
Okay, there's none out in Antelope Valley. Was there ever any out there?
We had one that Sean has, we had it out in Antelope Valley for several years, but nobody maintained it.
Okay.
So we brought that out there because they couldn't maintain it, did not maintain it. So we had to bring it back and rebuild it, and that's the one that went out.
Okay. Well, I think if you could get some backing on it, I'm sure that I could get enough volunteers. I don't know how many you'd have to have, but.
Depends on work schedule. I mean, that's the biggest deal.
Well, I don't care.
You gotta figure out how you're gonna notify those people.
Well, we'd have to have a pager.
And see, that's where the problem come back when the Chappell's give us that problem. Who's gonna pay for the building? How's it gonna be watered and have to drill a well? Who's gonna maintain the equipment?
Why do you have to have a well?
Well, to fill up the water.
Well, they got a fire hydrant down the road.
I said, when it was originally brought up.
Oh.
That was the issue there. And then the county commissioners at that point said, okay, yes, we'll do that. But they were gonna tax the people in the hilltop area for that, to pay for it. And that's when they said, no, we're not paying no more taxes. That's why it went to dirt.
Okay.
So,
Because Randy Clark, he gave said he'd give it, there was a triangle section there too. And he said if they put a fire truck, he would give them the ground. I mean, it wasn't that they didn't have the ground, but it's gonna take a heated building and a fire truck full of water, right? And people to show up and man it. But anyway, that's my comment.
Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you, Wayne.
All right. Is there any other public comment for non-agenda items only? Okay, I'll hear a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.